Hold on, change the color. Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Jason. I'm a channeler, and I'm coming on for a daily dose of hope. Today is Daily Dose of Hope Day 89, and a daily dose of hope is just that. I'm coming on because the energies on our planet are starting to increase, and things are starting to get wacky. And so, yes, my guides guided me that if I wanted to, I could come on and give some hope. So that's what I'm trying to do. um, I just wanted to tell you guys. So the channeling course, the first group, it's full now. But if you want to go, there'll be a next group. If you're still interested in the group sessions, we'll make a next group. And let's see. So nice to meet you. Nice to see you again. I wanted to talk a little bit about today. So what I usually do is I'll talk a little bit about something, an experience, then I'll go into a channeling, and then we'll do a pocket of peace. What I want to talk about today is, first of all, I had um, a talk with hey Michael, yeah, I had a talk with Sandalphon today, and he took me inside the earth and showed me a whole bunch of different stuff. Um, and I wanted to talk about a lot of it, but I was told actually not to talk about it here. So I guess I'll just share it in the our Q&A sessions. Yeah, for whatever reason. I can imagine why, but so yeah, but it was very interesting, the way that it's structured, the way it works, and yeah, so wanted to talk about that. And the funny thing about Sandalphon was that at first he appeared like a Greek, the way that we imagine an ancient Greek philosopher, with the kind of beard and mustache and bald, and he has like a white tunic. And then he kind of shifted, and then he was wearing like professor type of clothes. He like with a white button down shirt, like tucked into blue pants, and I don't know, it's just very funny. And he has a very professor sort of way about him, which is kind of interesting. So that was one thing, and then I wanted to talk. I guess it's just been on my mind, this the generation that is now coming of age. When they were younger, they were that was like the beginning of this concept of YouTubers. Like, when I was a kid, people wanted to be many different things, but that wasn't one option. There was no such thing as YouTube. But now YouTube is what was, it's not really anymore, but YouTube was like a goal. You'd ask, people like, what do you want to be in the future? And say, I want to be a YouTuber, and and I think it's very interesting because, YouTube is, well, I guess I can't say anything, but as you know, the numbers are very magical on YouTube, and they just shift and change, and it's magic. I guess I'll just leave it at that. And I think everyone understands that sometimes it's not very organic. And I was told this by my guides, and I just recently witnessed it yesterday. I was rewatching the video just to see how it went, and I noticed, it's like, oh, look at that! Like, it's just magic. There's like, it gets bigger and smaller and bigger and smaller and bigger and smaller, and it was very interesting just to see it, with my own eyes. And I researched it, and YouTube has all of these different ways. Oh, it's our algorithm, and it's it's magic. So I thought that was very interesting. But a lot of these, the kids were thinking like, this is it. I'm gonna, get the big numbers, and then I'm gonna become famous. But it's just like Hollywood in that sense. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. So hey, Kathy, and let's see. So I wanted to talk about that. Just about, so this idea, like, it's very interesting. Like, when I first started using the internet, so I first 1997 was the first time I ever started using the internet, and at that time, like, Yahoo was like a big thing. There was no Google. Google never didn't even exist at that time, and it was kind of like the Wild West in a sense. It was very exciting, and it was very easy to connect with many different people. You could easily connect with people who have the same interests, whereas now, there's so many portals that you need to go through in order to do that. It's quite difficult at times to do that. Like, I feel very lucky now to have created this channel, and have met all of you, and it's very nice for me to meet people. Usually, it's very difficult, to do that, and so I guess it works. But at that time, it was a little bit more organic, I guess. So it's just people, and there weren't really a lot of big businesses that were, kind of cashing in on anything because there wasn't anything to cash in at the time. Um, and the idea now, like, so at that time was more like, you have your website and people would come to your website, but now it's like you go through the social media, and then people usually don't even go to websites anymore. They just use the big, the YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and that's the only places that they go on the internet. But the internet is quite large, and there are many, many interesting places on it. And I think when I first started using it, it was just like, oh my God, what is this? Is amazing. And but now the generation that we now, like, they grew up with it. This is just normal. That is their everyday stuff. So anyway, so I guess I'm rambling a bit about just interesting how that happened. And yeah. One thing I guess I can share about the Sandalphon thing was I met this being in the inner earth, and he gave me a special device, and it looks like a lightsaber from Star Wars. It's just like a this handle. It's about this big, and then you hold it, and it shoots these light beams, and it's a frequency inverter. So you just shine it wherever you hear like a frequency, or if if you don't like the numbered G, whatever G it is, you just kind of face it in that direction that you hear the frequency or that you see the frequency, and then it sends an inverse frequency. It works the same as your noise canceling headphones. Your noise canceling headphones, they have a microphone that picks up all the frequencies around you, and then it sends out an inverse frequency, so it cancels out the noise. So this wave, and then they just send an opposite wave, and it just cancels it out. So it's the same thing, but it's like more science fiction. It's not headphones; it's a lightsaber. But anyway, I was given that. That was pretty interesting. Yeah, I really wanted to talk about it, but yeah, they gave me, what is it called, the kibosh. So yeah. So, and then I guess I'll just go into a channeling then, and I'll ask them whatever it is that they would like to tell us today, and yeah, what's the message for today? Yeah, there we go. Hmm. Greetings. We are that one that you know of as Esmeralda, and we're here, and we're here, and we're here to bring you a message of love, as are all of the messages that are brought. And the messages of love are only the only true messages that could come through. Love is the only true power on your planet and also throughout the universe. You'll notice that love always trumps everything. Love is more powerful than all things. Love is the power of light, and light is the power to shine in places that are hidden. The power that is deduced on your planet, that is deduced from the not light, is deduced from hiding things from the light, making it a secret. And keeping things a secret gives them a certain power. But that power is very illusory, because once you shine the light in it, it's gone. So it isn't real power. It is only the power of secrecy. It is the power of hiding things. And in that sense, we would say it is the power of lying, because it is the power of not telling the truth, of hiding who you are. And the more that you hide from who you are, which is God, which is you are one with God, you are all connected, you are all one with each other. And the more you try to hide that, the harder it gets to be to live on this planet. The harder things move, the harder time moves, the harder it is for you to get through one day. And that is how it works, and that is how it is structured. And that is how you understand that you're not on the right path. If things seem to be very, very hard and they're not moving in the way that they should be, maybe you're not moving in hard and they're not moving in the way that they should be. Maybe you're not moving in the right path. Maybe you are swimming upstream against the stream that you are. You all have a stream, a special stream, and that is only you can do, only you can flow into. And if you are flowing against that, then you're going to feel everything is going to feel very, very difficult. But if you start to listen to the stream and listen to the way that it's flowing, listen to the direction, and just follow the stream, just let it take you. Sit on a raft on the stream, have a drink, have a coffee, and sit on the raft, and just pack a lunch, and just let it take you down the stream and see where it takes you. Enjoy the sights, enjoy everything it shows you. This is this is not supposed to be as difficult as it is made out to be. In fact, it is much, much easier when you connect with love, when you connect with peace, when you connect with your heart. Everything starts to move in a very, very easy way, and the rivers tend to move much smoother. So that is what we would say to you, that it is not just for those who are working on the dark, it is also for those who are hiding things from themselves. If you have secrets that you are hiding about who you truly are you showing who you truly are, or are you hiding it? Are you putting on different masks? And if you are, then you'll find that things can be quite difficult. But once you take the mask off, and once you just show yourself, this is who I am, and you show yourself, and this is what I truly want to do, then things will start to move very, very smoothly, because that is the way they're supposed to move. When you go against the stream, when you go against the way that your life is meant to be, then that is what happens. So it's always important for all of you to always listen to your heart, listen to your heart, listen to your heart. It will always tell you exactly what you need to do in order for you to be happy. That is all you need to do. Just listen to your heart. We are that one that you know of as Esmeralda. Hmm. All right. So, okay. Kathy say, we all have a stream that is ours. Ah, yes. Yeah, I was just talking with one of my students today, and we were talking about the kind of classical guitar world in the town that I live in, and how it's very, very conservative. But for me, like, the guitar is always like, the classical guitar is kind of a funny thing, because like I grew up playing like rock music. I was like a rock guitarist. We were in rock bands, and rock is all about just rebelling. It's freedom. It's Jimi Hendrix. It's all of that kind of stuff. It's bucking the system kind of thing. And so I always, and my guitar friends in the States were always like that. It's just like, hey, it's just really relaxed and fun to be around, and they weren't taking it too seriously. I mean, they were serious, of course. I mean, but not in that, you know, we have to be very serious way. Just enjoying life, and also enjoying music. But yet, at times in the town that I live in, it seems to be very, very strict. It's very hard, and everyone seems and the reason that we're talking about the idea of competitions. So a competition, when you're dealing with art, um, you know, everyone has their own personal way of expressing themselves. But when you go into a competition, you have to whittle everything down until it's just the basics. And usually it just goes into technique. It's not really about anything else. Um, so, while I'm not saying that competitions are bad, I'm just saying that too much focus is put on competitions, so that people don't actually start to understand that if someone's pulling something down from the fifth dimension, you're not going to understand it. In it's so yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But so what's happening though with these competitions is, music is supposed to be a way to express yourself, to just let out, in this very strict society that is the society that I live in. It's a very strict place. You're not really allowed to go outside of the norm. It's very controlled. Everything's very controlled. So in that place, there isn't much of a valve, right? A place to let go of all that pressure. So I think a lot of people are pressure cookers. I mean, they're just like, there's nowhere like, and that's the trade-off, I guess, of so in the States, we have a lot of independence, but at times things can be pretty wild at times, and you don't know what's going to happen. Whereas here, I mean, it's just peace. You know what's going to happen. Everything is, but there isn't much place to let go of all that stress. So it's, in a sense, there is a lot of stress here, although you won't see it on the surface. It's all underneath. Pressure cookers. There's a lot of pressure cookers, and I always see that, and so, like, I always want music is for me, it's like the way to let go of all that stuff. But if you're kind of looking at music from this way, it takes away that beauty, it takes away that the main, I mean, for me, what I think of as the most beautiful part about music. Competitions are cool and all those things are wonderful, but if you're not able to just relax and just like, I love music, it just makes me feel good, it saves my life, many people say that. And that kind of stuff, I mean, that's what I see music as. It's a healing art. Just playing it or singing or something, it just allows you to express your emotions. um Kathy, you see, Japanese pressure cookers are the best on the market. Yeah, and it's a joke, of course. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, and I see it, and I just wish there was a way, for everyone to just relax. And sometimes it's really hard to. If you've gone through the educational system here, it's really, really rigid, and it's hard to, just like all educational systems. But yeah, but so that idea about music, so competitions can tend to kind of stop you from focusing on just the beauty of expression. It's just about expressing yourself. And if you're pulling something down from the fifth dimension, it's hard to like, well, I think he pulled it down pretty well from the fifth dimension, but I think he should have had a little bit more of the little bit of seventh dimension. There wasn't enough seventh dimension in that. I think, that kind of, it's hard to do that. I mean, it's just, are you moved? Are you not moved? But that's important. We should have many, many different styles. Sometimes with the competition, though, it forces everyone to, if I have to succeed, I have to play in this certain style, and I can't really go off too much. So that's the only thing. So not that they're bad. It's just that there should be also this focus on expression as well, I think. Yeah, that's what I believe. Because I think and this is something that I think and I see. I think it's a concerted effort by those in power to take away um, our places to let go of our energy, our places um, to connect with the higher dimensions. If it's controllable, if you can control it by making it a system, not do music, do something else, And so all of these people who have these things to say are not being able to say it, I think. So that's my spiel about that. Um, let's see. And Kathy, you say, sounds like being on Spotify for artists. Yeah, yeah, right. And Michael, you say, Jeremiah Moonpillow was pulling down from the 1000th dimension. Yeah, right. The judges, yes, a fine pulling down of the thousands dimension. Oh, this is not common in these competitions where people pull down from other dimensions, but yes, a fine job. I would have preferred 1001 dimension, but well, you know, you can imagine them speaking. Anyway, Kathy, you say they need to get on a playlist. Yeah. So yeah, and even here in Japan, like I know, like from listen talking with people from the older generations, there was a lot more. There wasn't as much of a pressure cooker. They were able to express themselves more. It wasn't so controlled. So it isn't the society. It's something that's happening worldwide. Um, and even if you listen to a lot of stuff from the 60s and the 50s in Japan, music wise, there's a lot more expression, a lot more things going on, but it's slowly getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And and that's fine. I mean, that's whatever, whatever floats your boat, that's fine. But I just wish there was more of an alternative as well for people who want to let go. That's all. And I guess that's what, me teaching guitar, that's my thing, is trying to, show people, that it's rock and roll, even though it's classical music, it's that rock and roll feeling. It's just relaxed. It's just, you can be free. And I mean, I tell them, of course, like, if you're going to do this for the competition, I'll tell them, do this and do this, do this. But if you're playing for yourself, screw that, just do this and make it sound beautiful, and move yourself, you know, move yourself. Yeah. And Kathy, you say, how do we untight that? Yeah. Yeah. It's just education. You just have to teach, right? Teach how to do it. Yeah. And Kathy say, move ourselves. Yeah. Move ourselves. Yeah, and I think, because it's just education. People have been educated in a certain way, so you just have to not re-educate, but just, show them, "Hey, there's another pathway here. Look at this. You can try this. This is fun. Aha," and, but, in a gentle and peaceful way to guide, "Oh, look at this path over here." That I think for me, that's how I do it. So, um, move ourselves. Yeah, move yourself. What's that? That's an 80s song. So anyway, what is the name of that song? Hold on before. If I look up "Move Yourself," so I get a whole bunch of movers. Hmm. Now I don't know who it is. Oh, it's Yes. It's progressive rock. Yeah. Anyway, so that's beside the point. So, or maybe it isn't. Maybe there's something in those lyrics. I have to check them out later. So yeah. So let me just go into a pocket of peace, or as Michael called it, a pocket of peas, right? And today, yeah, let's just why don't we just do an energy thing? Feeling kind of low on energy, so why don't we do like an espresso pocket of peace to give everyone on the planet more energy, so they feel better and they're more able to kind of you know get on with their day. Here we go. Here we go. So I'd like you first just to take a few deep breaths and just relax. Hmm. All right. And then just relax and just imagine that you're surrounded by this pocket of peace, this beautiful mist, this really, really this mist of unconditional love that also has this other vibrancy, this other frequency to it, this other frequency of energy. There's a vibrancy to this as well. So not only do you feel this sense of unconditional love, you feel like you're blessed, you feel like everything's going to be okay, you're going to be okay, but you also feel energized. You feel, oh, I feel energized. I feel good. Like I feel like I've just run a marathon. I've got all this energy. I'm just pulsing with energy. And just feel that energy. Let that energy go. Yeah. Feel that. So you're okay. You're perfect the way you are. There's nothing that you need to do. And in addition to that, you feel really energized to do whatever it is that you would love to do. And then just expand that energy into your space and then into the town that you live in. Imagine everyone in your town just feeling that, just feeling someone tapping them on the shoulder and saying, "Hey, it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay." And then just washed over with this unconditional love. It brings them back to a time when they were just loved unconditionally. They just feel it. Oh, yeah, yeah, I love this feeling. And then I feel so much energy too. I've been so unenergetic for the longest time, but I feel this burst of energy. I can do this thing. I can do this. I've got this. I've got this life. I've got this thing. Whatever it is that they're dealing with, they just say, "I've got it. I've got this. I can deal with this. I've got the love and I've got the energy." Whew, and then just expand that out through the whole world. So the whole world is covered with that energy. Imagine everyone all over the whole world is just kind of like shaking their heads a bit and say, "Oh, yeah, right, right. Yeah, we are made of unconditional love. I feel good. I feel this love and I also feel this energy. I can do this. I can do these things. And there's nothing that I need to do, but the things that I love to do, I can do this. I can overcome all of these things. I'm so much bigger than all of that. Yeah. And just imagine that energy just going out throughout the world and everyone's just taking a little breather from whatever it is they're doing and just saying, yeah, it's okay. It's all going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. And not only that, I have this burst of energy, this burst of youth. Like I feel like I'm young again. I feel like I'm ready. I'm ready to take it all on. And you know what? I can do it. And just let's ask that this energy just continues on until the next time we find this peace. And then understand as well that this is your pocket piece. You can do this wherever you want. This is yours. Take it. It's in your pocket. All right. So yeah. Michael is saying yes, I will low energy too. And Kathy is saying espresso pocketofpeas. Going to the zone of the polar. Wouldn't that be crazy? Tomorrow, next or that there's a new brand where they're selling pocket peas. It's very possible that we've been doing these pocket pieces. So they are. My microphone is buzzing. Uh-oh. Interesting. So what if you can hear me over the buzzing? I can't hear the buzzing here. Interesting. The sounds on the mic is going crazy for me. That's interesting because here it's just like, oh, it stopped. We can hear now. So I was just saying that if you didn't hear me, so Kathy said espresso pocket of peas. And I thought, wouldn't it be interesting if we go to the supermarket tomorrow or the next day and you see like a pocket of peas? This new, green pea brand is putting out a pocket of peas. And so I was saying that maybe because we're all doing this is really powerful stuff. Like just doing, we are of the light, and the light is so powerful when you get together and do it like this together, that we are shifting things, we're shifting frequency, shifting the dimension itself. And so it's very powerful. And so there might be these kind of side effects. So be on the lookout for pocket of peas at your local supermarket. But anyway, the mic, that's interesting. I have to listen to that later to see. So thanks guys for listening in. Feeling much better. And yeah, I hope you guys are hopeful. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and be on the lookout for pockets of peas. Anyway, cheers. Thank you guys. Thanks, Michael and Kathy. And for everyone else who's listening, yeah, maybe talk to you tomorrow if everything goes well.